Hey, welcome. I'm Sheri, Dyas, Mellott, and I'm the leading authority for teaching women how to use makeup with confidence, no matter what season of life they're in. And I'm 55, and many of the makeup tips and tutorials and makeup hacks that I share here are all things that I learned and taught myself in my 50s. And I know that I can teach you how to do some of these things too, so that your makeup is working better for you. Recently, I've done a lot of videos about concealer, and today I want to show you two different ways that you can use concealer better if you find concealer hard to use because of fine lines or wrinkles under your eyes. And I'm going to use three different brushes today, but I want to show you how easy it is in different ways that you can try to change your makeup so that it works for you. So many women tell me that, yeah, my makeup, I've been doing it the same way for so long and my skin is changing, I'm getting older and it's not working for me anymore. So I hope that this changes something for your own makeup or beauty routine. If you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button so you get notified whenever I bring a new video here. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Facebook at Glam Lashes Galore and also on Instagram at Glam Lashes Galore. So if you want to see how I use these, I'm going to show you, and I'll start the video right now. It is really cold. I don't know if you can hear the wind howling through my windows right now, but these are some great tips also for when temperatures drop. I'll show you a very special bonus tip. If your concealer gets, if you think it's too thick because maybe it gets cold, our furnace broke, so I haven't been on the last few days. We had to get a new furnace. And so yes, all my products were getting really cold. So after I show you each eye, I'll show you the bonus tip for what to do if your concealer feels too thick or doesn't feel like it's going into your fine lines or wrinkles very well. I will show you a tip that I use often, especially when my furnace was broken. I will show you how to fix that. So I just put, if you can see right here, I need to clean my palette, but that's okay, it's the same color. I just put a little drop of concealer right here. And the first brush I'm going to use, look, you can use sponges, you can use your fingers, you can use a concealer brush. Use what works for you. There's no right or wrong way. I've just really grown to love using a concealer brush because I feel like I use less. And when I use less, I get a more natural finish. I get a more flawless finish, and I'm all over looking like my skin is flawless. It is not. If you've been in my master class for foundation and concealer, you know I struggle with a lot of things on my face that I clear up. So I'm going to first apply this eye first, and I'm just going to apply it under my eye, okay? Yep, I'm just doing it all over my makeup. You can do it, and here's the thing, you can do concealer before foundation, you can do it after foundation. It's really what works best for you. For 20 or 30 years, I did my concealer under my foundation. And then when I changed everything, I realized, you know, that's just not really working. That's not serving me well anymore. I'm gonna try it the other way. And so I have completely changed the way that I do foundation and concealer. I think it's great to change your routine every so often because then you find out maybe you like a different way, maybe you like a different routine. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a real fluffy, this is a concealer brush, and it's a fluffy one, right? It's not what you would think of a concealer brush. What this does is this gives me more of an airbrushed look. I do have lines under my eyes, but concealer helps me fake it, that I don't have so much. It's like an illusion, right? Like a magic show. It refracts light. It helps me look younger. It helps my eyes look younger. And I really like, I'm not pulling on my skin with my finger, which is how I've done it for so long, I'll be honest. You can use those little beauty blenders, also moisten them and wring the water out and use something like that. But I just picked this up in the last month because I wanted to see if there was a better way, and I am loving that I can just feather it out. I just put a very, very light amount under my eyes, but when you have a real fluffy brush like this, it works everything into fine lines. and I love it for that reason. Now, this eye, we'll just say this eye is done. See, it looks a little perkier, right? I'm also using a concealer that is several shades lighter than my own foundation, which helps, okay? But it blends in so nicely. Now for me, I would either want to use a setting powder, very lightly dusted, you know, tap the brush in it, tap off any excess, and then gently press it in to keep it there. I could do that also with a pressed powder that's the same color as my foundation, or a translucent loose powder, again, dust off any excess because you don't want to be cakey, right? And a translucent is great because it doesn't matter if my sister and I were gonna do our makeup, we have completely different skin tones, so different. But either one of us could use the same translucent powder because it works with any skin tone, which I love so much. And they also make some translucent powders that are extra coverage. So if you're like me, there are days when I need extra coverage. Or if I don't like powder, if I don't want the powder, I could use a setting spray and just spray a little bit of setting spray, or I could even put it on a brush, you know, and tap it in if I wanted to do that to keep it in place. So that's one eye right there. Let me show you what I'm gonna do on the other eye, okay? The other eye, where'd I put my brush? Here it is. I'm going to do the same, start with some concealer on my brush. I'm going to apply it the same way. I really believe when you're doing makeup, I believe if you don't feel like it's working right for you, if you feel like you need a change, I think it's a great time to either change the product or change the process or change the tools, right? Or change the order. Changing just a little bit in your routine can make a huge difference and make you feel more youthful, make you feel fresh, make you feel like you're younger, make you feel like you look more beautiful, just make you feel good, right? And I think we all deserve to like the way we look and to feel good about ourselves no matter what age or what big birthday is coming up next. All right, so very light coverage, same thing, same color, same brush application, but maybe I don't want the blending. This is a different kind of brush. And what you can do is you could basically stipple. Has anyone ever done stenciling? Give me a heart or a like if you've ever done stenciling and you know that stipling is pressing gently into the skin, right? Or into the wall if you're stenciling a wall or a craft or something. I can do the same kind of thing. Now I want to do this. My liquid concealer that I put on will dry to a powdery finish soon. So I want to do this before it sets. And you can really only do this kind of process with a liquidy type concealer. This won't work very well if you use a stick concealer, and really for so many years I used, I think, CoverGirl or Maybelline or one of those that I could get at the drugstore or the grocery store because I didn't know any better. I thought all concealer was the same. It is not the same. When you use a nicer quality, a higher end concealer, you get such better results because some of these products have a way of refracting the light, like in pictures and on video, doing a video right here. It refracts the light in a way that helps you look more fresh and look younger. And so this is doing the same thing. It's a matter of preference. It's a matter of what works for you. But I am just gently pressing this into the skin. And you can see I'm doing this after I have my eye makeup on, right? So you can do it before, you can do it after. Again, it's whatever works for you. And then going around the edges so that you don't see the line where you brushed it or placed it on your face. It's just a different method of doing it. 2 eyes just done basically with either a concealer blending brush, or a flat top concealing brush that allows you to stipple it. that allows you to press into the skin. And it depends on, you know, we all have different skin texture, right? Some of us have dark circles, dark spotting. Our eyelids tend to change color and get a little darker as we get older. So it works, you know, covering up that kind of stuff as well. Also, if you make an eyeshadow mistake, it helps you bring the color up, or the concealer up, right? Giving your eyes a little lift also. But here's a tip for you. So like I said, my furnace has been broken. It's been really cold waiting. We had a big snowstorm, so that delayed getting a new furnace and getting it delivered because like the East Coast got bogged down in 2 or 3 feet of snow. It was crazy. So when you put a little bit, let me show you on my palette here. I'm gonna put a little tiny dot of concealer, and you can see I put it right, okay, put a little dot right there at the end of the brush. I'm gonna put in just a little tiny dot of a primer because, and you just wanna go a little bit. You can always add more, but if you put too much in, it could mess with the consistency. But if I put a little tiny, see if you can see right here, there's a little tiny clear dot of primer and a little tiny clear dot of concealer, and I can mix them together, and what happens is this becomes really smooth. Oh, it's like butter. It's going on like butter. I'm brushing it in. If I feel like this is really good actually when I go to visit my mom in Southern California, because I go from a very humid place in the Northeast to a very dry climate, like 7% humidity in Southern California when I go to see my mom. And I can feel the moisture come out of my face. And so this is a tip that I use in, say, July or August when I'm home visiting my mom and it's so hot and I can see every line, every wrinkle coming out in my skin because I'm losing that humidity. When I put this on with a little bit of concealer, it glides onto my skin so nicely that it goes and really gets into all the little lines on my face, all the little places where I need it to go. It is a great way to maybe get a little more life out of an older product that maybe you've had for a year or two that's been open. You know, these products, once you open them, they do have a shelf life on them and they don't last forever. But temperatures like really cold areas like what I'm going through now will make them become more thick. And as products, the more you introduce air to them, open and close the lid, the more the moisture out of the will come out of the product, so it becomes thicker, right? The consistency changes as you allow air to interact with it. And so adding just a little touch of that primer will make a huge difference, especially if you have the fine lines, if you have wrinkles, if you need it to cover better. Something like that, something like a liquid concealer makes a huge difference. Hey, so what do you think? Really easy ways to just change a little something in your makeup routine if you feel like under eye concealer isn't working well for you because of fine lines, because of wrinkles. We all have them. We all get them. We're all going to get them if we don't have them yet. It's just a matter of time. So this is a great way to be prepared, to change, to tweak your routine and see if this makes you feel better about your makeup, right? It's so easy, and I will drop a list below of some of the products that I used in this video, and then you can find them yourself. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button, and that way you will get notified whenever I bring a new video here for you. Also, if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find me on Facebook at Glam Lashes Galore, and you can also find me on Instagram at Glam Lashes Galore. Let me know if you try this. Let me know how it works for you. I gave you a couple different options here, and they both work really, really well. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.